Five.
Don't tap the flip camera. 5. I guess I gotta get this way. Hello, everyone listening in Periscope land. This is Alan Voivod, host of the Star Wars 7x7 podcast. I've got Quizmaster Joe, who's also here up with me. We are on top of Skellig Michael. This is, of course, the scene where the Force Awakens was shot.
Well, not this is the place.
Yeah, this is the place.
scene is back down there a while back down there.
Well,
but
she came through here, I think, right? Because she walked by the beehive huts and whatnot that are here. But yeah, we can show you the path a little bit later where the last shot was filmed. They call that Christ's Saddle in the actual language. But here is where we are out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. That is Little Skellig off in the distance, the other island that's right nearby. No ships actually go to that island. It's restricted access, and there are something like, what, 30,000 pairs of puffins on there or so, and I don't know if you could...
30,000. Maybe like round up or down in the 10,000s. So
Right.
it's like 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I think I've heard somebody say 50,000 as well. So, and off in the distance, that's Ireland, naturally. And we can peek down just over here, and you can see another spiral staircase that leads down. You can't actually get to that staircase. Interesting. Looks like there's more stuff for the monastery that's here. And those are the steps that we just came through, at least the area that we just came through. They're doing a history lecture over there, and so we are trying not to disturb them about the beehive huts, but these are what they call the beehive huts, which are the little monastery living quarters, the beehive cells as they refer to them, and we will be going inside of those. There were examples of them at the Cliffs of Kerry that we checked out a couple of days ago, but they were a lot smaller, weren't they?
They're tiny. These are big.
Yeah, absolutely. There's supposed to be
Joey
a dozen of
in
them.
his analysis of the beehive huts with his kindergarten vocabulary.
Stop it, you're fine. Yes, this is where Ray met Luke, that's right. And greetings to you in Brazil and also all over the world. Thanks so much for all the likes that we're getting from you guys here. We will explore more. There's Joey. And yeah, we're actually here. So this is actually the second anniversary of the Star Wars 7x7 podcast, and what a way to celebrate the anniversary. Oh, show that, yeah.
Wait, look at his shirt. There you go.
Yes, I had to wear this up here, absolutely. And we've already heard a lot about the about people coming for just the tourist value in general, but there's also, Star Wars people here as well. I have a visitor here too.
And he's got another visitor over there.
Oh,
His name's Mr. Siegel. See that?
That's right. So they're definitely not afraid of us, I can say that for sure. Hello, Mr. Siegel. He is not afraid. No, he is not. Very spectacular stuff. So we have a gentleman in a Darth Vader hoodie here. There's someone who's cosplaying, named Kimberly. Someone who's cosplaying as Rey up here. She's getting in costume now down at Christ's Saddle and will be available for photos later, which is going to be really awesome. And she's going to be attending Star Wars Celebration Europe as well, so it will be funny to run into her in two places. We have another look at the cells, and we will take you out in a couple of minutes, probably on the steps itself.
Look out.
Get out of the way. Fine. So this, for those of you just joining us, is Skellig Michael. We are actually on the rock itself.
You want to go show them the staircase?
Yeah, what a great idea.
Let's go check out the staircase.
All right.
Ooh, there's a nice view of Little Skellig.
Oh, yeah. Through here? Oh, yeah, look at that. So, a nice little place here, a little window to look out on Skellig Michael, or Little Skellig, excuse me. Very cool. Well spotted, Joey.
Thank you.
I think it was a bunch of Irishmen who built this. Perhaps, yeah, thank you.
I completely forgot.
It's all right, no worries. So this is one of the beehive cells. And now we will step down, heading out.
Ooh, there's that wet rock like I was talking about.
Oh yeah, so we got a whole thing from the tour guides about watching out for wet rock. Folks in the 6th century were probably shorter than we are. So
Okay, that was my observation.
yes,
Give me credit.
yeah, credit to
Quizmaster Joe.
Quizmaster Joe for that observation.
Hey, Cormac. Cormac.
Thank you very much.
Sorry.
No worries.
Cormac and Dara, could you come here, please?
So this would be, I guess, what, the outer courtyard then? No, it is not cold here right now. It is about low 60s.
It's really warm. Like we actually we packed and wore for better, well, for a lot worse weather.
Right.
And, it is very warm here.
We have double sweatshirts and rain ponchos and all that stuff. And
We ended up shedding like all of it.
yep, exactly. It's one of those days where it's like overcast and warm. The breeze is very light. I'm going to ask Joe to take his hands out of his pockets because
Sorry, I keep doing that.
you just focus on what you're doing. And we'll take you on this as carefully and gently as we possibly can. Of course.
There's a helicopter pad down there. You want to see that?
Okay. Way down there. Yep, that's the helicopter waiting pad. This is a great day for this too because there's also the wind is comparatively minimal.
No, it isn't.
But it sure looks close though, doesn't it? Actually, it might be that first,
Oh, that's actually the first.
yeah, the first stopping point.
So if you guys can really see that, that's a reference point to
Yeah,
how
that's
high we are up in the air.
That's how far we've come.
Pretty long drop.
Yeah.
My analysis of it.
Yeah, I think that's a sound analysis. I would believe you on that. So we'll take you down the steps to Christ's Saddle, which is where they filmed the last scene. We'll follow Quizmaster Joe as he yep. As I am his dad. No guardrails. A couple of places where they have a chain, but for the most part, no guardrails whatsoever.
And couple is literally, like, there's 2 places with maybe like a yard stretch of chain.
Yeah, that's about it. So then you just have to take your time and be careful when you kind of hide there. So yes, you can see me like leaning into the edge of the rock. Yes, this is Star Wars related for those of you just joining us. This is Alan Voivod from the Star Wars 7x7 podcast, and I'm here with Quizmaster Joe from the show, and we are on Skellig Michael. We are on the rock where they filmed the final scenes of The Force Awakens. We are on the Jedi Steps themselves, and getting 3 bars, shockingly, which is really fantastic. So we are thrilled to be bringing this to you. This is the 2-year anniversary of Star Wars 7x7, the only daily Star Wars podcast. So, yeah. Oh my gosh. We'll take a moment. So this is the drop down the last of the steps. This is Christ's Saddle, the green, where they filmed the last scene. I'll actually show you the place. And there is Kimberly, who is the Rey cosplayer, who is here. She was Han Solo at Star Wars Celebration Anaheim last year. I was talking to her while we were having lunch. I think that I won't be actually looking at the screen while we walk down this, or maybe we will just turn around. What do you think? Do you think they're done with the lecture and we can go into the beehive cells at this point?
Comment what you would like us to do. Yeah.
What an idea.
Yeah,
I like that.
Good idea.
And again, I see a number of people just joining us, so I will repeat this briefly. This is Alan Voivod from Star Wars 7x7, the only daily Star Wars podcast. I'm here with Quizmaster Joe
Hello.
as well. And we are on Skellig Michael. This is the rock from The Force Awakens. We are here for reals on our 2nd anniversary of the podcast. What a great time to be here for this. And let's see, I have awesomeness as a comment, which is great. So you can see there's actually another way up on the other side of the saddle. That goes to, I believe, the Hermitage on the south side of the island. For too many tourists will harm the ruins in ancient monastery. I understand that completely. There are, I guess, 15,000 people allowed on here per year, so they severely limit the number of people who come and the number of boats. We were on a 12-person boat, and there are only about 10 boats or so that go out at a given day. That's assuming the weather conditions are actually acceptable for it. There are a number of cases where they actually tell the boats that they cannot go out, and people who have reserved it just are out of luck, so that they actually don't pay in advance. They have to pay when they show up, and that way I guess they don't have to process all the refunds or whatnot. But anyway, so yeah, there's some sort of hermitage on the south side of the island. I don't
yeah, up there is the biggest peak where...
Oh yeah, and you can kind of see, like, I don't know if we can zoom in on this.
Oh yeah, there's a...
Yeah, right up there. So you can see some stone walls up there near the top that are actually constructed. That is for the Christian monks in the 6th century through the 8th century that really wanted to be isolated. And, you know, I mean, I don't know what's not isolation enough about this. I mean, really. We are about 8 miles out into the Atlantic Ocean, I believe. 12 kilometers out, is that right?
I don't know. I was not paying attention when I said where exactly Skellig Michael was. I was just like, Skellig Michael, let's go.
Yeah. Well, thankfully you're not going to get lost because, you know, you're with me. So, Quizmaster Joey is here, but Brainstormer Lonnie and Scorekeeper Declan are not with us. They're actually back home in our cottage rental in Ballin Skelligs, about a half hour away. And for those saying, you know, you couldn't walk it at all, well, I guess it all depends. Like, we got a big safety and security walk about this, and to do this, even moderate, in that it's not that physically tough. The issue is just
basically stamina.
A little bit of that.
Like, it's not physically tough. Like, you can take a break whenever you want to.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of stairs. If you don't like stairs, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and some steep parts as well. And they do advise that when you're going back down, that you take your own sweet time to give yourself a good 20 to 25 minutes.
Because a fall down this would not be fun.
No, I agree. And Ray is coming up the Jedi Steps. We're actually periscoping right now. Are you cool?
Really?
Yes. Would you like to be on video?
Sure.
That's awesome. So this is Kimberly, aka Ray. How are you?
I'm doing great. I couldn't get reception on mine. I was trying to say hi to my fans.
Oh no. Well, then we will make sure that they get out to you. If you are not following Kimberly on social, Kimberly, where can people find you?
At Kimberly A. Kelly, KimberleeAkelly. That's my Instagram and my Facebook. I do Rey, Han Solo, and a couple of other non-Star Wars things.
Excellent. So is this your first time on the Rock?
It is. Is it yours?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. You can tell because we're glowing.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. And what do you think so far? You haven't been all the way up yet, have you?
No, I keep stopping for photos.
As you should. And you're already down. Are you going to be reenacting, or are you going to be trying to be like right in the spot where Ray was in the filming?
Well, I found some of them. I'm not wearing the proper attire for that. I didn't have that one.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm not quite dressed properly for this scene. But I did find some areas where she was filming. I don't think it would be that exciting.
Mm-hmm.
From the standpoint down there, that's where she met Luke.
Right.
Although I do have some photos pending from coming up the stairs or going down the stairs.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Again, I won't be in proper attire, so it's more like,
mm-hmm.
you know, use the time.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're here, and I got sick just coming out the first time.
Right, and we had a lovely motorized boat to go out on with light jackets and everything.
Or you think the Vikings who would come rowing themselves across.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, it seems a bit of insanity to even imagine coming out here to begin with.
So true. And I packed a backpack full of cosplay to put on when I got here.
Did you just bring this, or did you bring another one too?
No, this is all I brought. And actually, I have a staff, a hand-carved staff.
Oh, you do?
The airport lost it. It's being delivered in about 3 or 4 hours. They just sent me a text message while I was here.
Are they're not bringing it here?
No,
Sadly.
no, Port McGee. So I'll have to
Okay.
come out tomorrow if I want photos with my staff.
Okay.
My father carved it, so he's quite sad that I didn't bring it with me.
Oh, that is too bad. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so I might come out tomorrow if I can get over the sickness, the motion sickness.
Yeah, the boat was a little rough, to say the least. Were you inside or outside?
There was an inside?
Well, the boat that we took had an inside that we could have gone in, but honestly, I think we were on the outside and it felt a lot better being on the outside.
Yeah, I don't like
Yeah, the engine fumes were starting to make us a little lightheaded and sick, and then once we started like turning our face into the spray, then everything got a lot better really quickly. But there were some people on our boat, even with that, who were throwing up. And,
Really?
yeah.
No one threw up, and I put a timer on my phone for a minute, and every minute that went by, I said, that's 1 minute. And then it would go by, and I would breathe 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. That's 2 minutes. And
Yep.
that's how I made it the whole way here, 1 minute at a time.
Exactly right. I did think about asking them about Dramamine, if they have any Dramamine on the boat or anything like that.
I have some in my hotel room.
Do you really?
I was just so excited that I forgot to bring. I brought everything I needed for photos and no Dramamine.
Oh man, yeah. Well, in a way, you got your priorities right.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's so magnificent, really. Did you go all the way to the top?
Just into the inner courtyard, and they were doing a history lecture at the time, and we didn't want to disturb them with the history lecture, so we will go up in there, because we actually didn't go into the beehive cells yet too, but we will be going up in there for sure.
What a fun job just to come here every day. Well, maybe I'd need to be helicoptered in, but what a fun job to talk about history. I'm a history teacher.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah. So that's part of why I had planned to come here before it was in episode 7.
Oh,
and there was an episode 7. I was like, okay, well.
Yeah,
yes.
You had to. Well, how did you hear about it before episode 7, or did you know that they were going to be filming here and you made the plans?
No, I didn't know they were filming here. I just knew. So I visit religious and holy sites as a history teacher.
Okay.
And so I knew about the monastery.
Lightsaber.
Fantastic.
All right.
Star Wars geeks unite.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry, you were saying.
Oh, I just
history
came
teacher
for
visiting religious sites around the world.
Yeah.
And,
So I do that anyways. I used to live in Egypt. I visited Jerusalem. I climbed Mount Sinai and the Steps of Penance. So it's actually already coming here. And then I watched Star Wars and I was like, oh my God, I know exactly where that is. That's Skellig Michael. And then about a week or two later, I realized, oh my God, everyone's going to be going there. It's going to be so hard.
And you had your booking anyway already, so it worked out.
No, I didn't, because prior to the movie, you didn't have to book ahead. You could just like show up.
Okay,
Nobody was coming.
Yeah.
It was very rare that it was full.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so
so
I didn't. I arrived yesterday, and I just got very lucky. So many
This was what people were telling us too, because we actually didn't book before we came. We got here on the 28th of June, or into Ireland on the 28th of June, and didn't get down here until July 2nd.
I got here the 27th.
Celebrate. And for those of you just joining us, I'm Alan Voivod, host of the Star Wars 7x7 podcast. Tuned in to us on Skellig, actually on the rock itself, the place where the Force Awakens was filmed. Right down there is the location they call Christ's Saddle, which is where that last scene with Rey and Luke Skywalker was filmed. We'll go down there and show it to you in more detail. Rey. And it should flip in a moment. There's Kimberly. Hi, Kimberly. How are you?
Hi.
And I'm here with Quizmaster Joe. And we'll see you in a little while.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna grab my
Yes, precipitous. You might wait on this Periscope live stream from Skellig Michael on the 2nd anniversary of Star Wars 7x7, the only daily Star Wars podcast. So here are the walls of the courtyard of the monastery at Skellig Michael. And this will be the 18th time I tell Joey to take his hands out of his pockets.
Ah!
Don't let me startle you, though.
No, you're not.
This is the path, and yes, there are no guardrails of any kind. You are just out exposed on the rock.
I can't do a Gollum voice. I
So this is the outer courtyard of the monastery at the top of Skellig Michael. Again with little Skellig in the distance. And the occasional modern convenience like warnings.
What even is... Should I take a picture of that? We've been taking pictures of weird signs.
Yeah, I don't quite know how to interpret that one.
What does it even mean? Like, maybe it should not fly into the corner of that sign.
Yeah. Maybe that the edges are sharp on things? I don't know. It's a good question. So, based on us checking out the scene here, it looks like the way that they filmed the movie
Bend down for it.
is such that obviously you have to pass through Christ's saddle before you go into... She came out onto Christ's saddle for that last scene.
Oh, you were telling me that earlier and I didn't understand it. Now I get it.
Ah, okay.
Oh, you can see. It's kind of cool.
Beehive cell. Are we allowed to walk in that?
I believe so. I don't know.
You mean on this side? Hang on, sorry. I do just turn it on.
And I think all the rest are basically the same.
I think you're probably right.
Look out.
Once you've seen one beehive cell, you've seen them all? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yes.
So it looks like there's another path over here that we could take.
Oh, what? Oh yeah, because it's supposed to be 3 staircases. We've only seen 1.
That's right. Well,
I mean, we've seen 3 technically.
mm-hmm. Well, they say aren't there 3 ascents? Is that what it? All right, I will stop sauntering off without notifying you first.
Yeah, sauntering is bad. Whoa, that looks like clay.
It does.
It probably is. No, it isn't. Is it? No.
No, it's just somehow rock that has weathered the storm.
It's dried clay.
And this may be the limit of what we can climb.
Well, I mean, over here.
Well, over
on
here.
this particular peak.
Right, exactly.
There's a lot. Ooh, wait a second. Look over there.
Oh, I wonder what
We have a
that is.
hidden doorway.
Huh. So that's the doorway we came in.
Oh, Dad, there's a shortcut.
Oh.
Whatever you saw.
There's a staircase right there. How funny. So, oh, interesting. Where does this?
Or not. Oh, this is the poop room. This is where they pooped.
You think?
I knew it.
All right. You know what? Maybe we don't completely loudly announce that. I think we may have found the restroom for the Hermitage.
Sorry, we were discussing earlier how the
monks actually used the facilities.
Used the facilities, seeing how there is no bathrooms on the island, as told multiple times by everybody.
Right, exactly. Yeah, no toilet facilities on the island whatsoever. Something down here, though, are storage of some kind. Interesting. Not a staircase, but something down there. Anyway, well, I think we may pause the broadcast here, charge up the phones, take some pictures actually, and come back to you in a little bit. Who joined us. This is Alan Voivod. This is Quizmaster Joe with me from Star Wars 7x7, the world's only daily Star Wars podcast. We're on top of Skellig Michael, the big rock in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean where they filmed the final scenes of The Force Awakens. It is our 2nd anniversary.
Do it? No, it's not. It's not changing. Why won't
trying to double tap it.
It's not working.
I don't know. Maybe it doesn't want you to.
Just do it.
This is,
do it.
I don't know. It knows me. This is the 2nd anniversary of the podcast. And we have Rey and Luke Skywalker here as well in cosplay. what a beautiful day to be here. Thank you so much for joining me for this live stream broadcast on our 2nd anniversary. Thank you so much. If you have not checked out the podcast, search Star Wars 7x7 on iTunes or your favorite podcast app. We're also on Facebook, facebook.com/SW7x7. Twitter is SW7x7 podcast, and Instagram is instagram.com/SW7x7. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will be back with you a little bit later. Bye-bye.